Hi, welcome to the Gen X Glam Station here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. It is fantastic to see everyone this morning. I am just back. What am I? Day 3 back from vacation. It was fantastic. A lot of time with family and friends. Low key, really low key, out in the middle of nowhere, lake and woods. Did a few side trips, which were nice. Still into nature and lakes, but you know, Michigan is a beautiful, beautiful state for those of you that have not visited, and I think a few of us here on the channel are Michiganders. So I thought, let's just get into the video. I've done one video back from vacation, unboxed my P. Louise that was waiting for me when I got back. It was just so exciting to see those pink boxes waiting in the mail. Loved it. And yeah, if you watch that, let me know what you think. Just, you know, I don't want to go into I mean, honestly, like vacation there was nothing groundbreaking, right? It was just, it really though, that you would care about. For me, epic memories that are going to stick with me. And I think stick with a lot of the kiddos that were on vacation. You know, sometimes kids develop, like we all have these core memories. I feel like a lot of the kids in my family, my extended family, out there on the lake playing together, I feel like they're going to remember, these 5-6-year-olds, maybe even 4-year-olds, I feel like they're going to remember some of those days for a very long time. I mean, it was just that much fun in nature and just, you know, off the electronics for the most part. It was a really great vacation. All right, so I didn't do a ton of glam on vacation, which is shocking considering how much glam I brought on vacation. Holy lessons learned. I thought I brought too much last year, so I tried to scale it down, then I bought more. And I want to use actually a few of the products. I want to use a few new products here in this video. It's a very quick get ready with me video for work. It's TGIF if you're watching this real time. I've already done all my skincare. That was just a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream, which was, it was a go-to for me. It was a holy grail. I mean, it is a holy grail in my collection. I really like her Magic Cream. I'm not just saying that because, you know, it's like the thing to say. It's an excellent product. And one of the things that really stands out for me as, you know, why it's one of my holy grails is because it is also like a primer. I don't feel makeup sits, however you want to classify it, so well to makeup. When that Magic Cream is at the base, you could, you know, I think it very much doubles as an excellent moisturizer and a primer. It gives a nice like soft glow. The skin feels so soft. So for me, putting that on in the morning and at night were just like, those were two of my favorite parts of the day. Getting my day going with a clean face and a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and I used her sunscreen when I wasn't out playing sports or in the lake. If it was just like kind of like working around the house outside or running errands or just, you know, moving around between neighbors' houses, visiting folks, I used my Charlotte Tilbury SPF 50 primer over the Magic Cream, and kind of that was it. Some days I would throw on some bronze, some bronzer, a little bit of coral blush, both creamy and bronze, and I always carried in my pocket, like I separated out all of my lip oils and glosses and balms, and I kept them in a bag. And like every other day I would switch up which one I would use, and I would keep one of them in my pocket. So I would pick one, you know, maybe it was like Elf one day, and the next day maybe I grabbed my Lancôme one or my Rimmel, and like, so I always had a gloss or a lip oil or a balm like in my shorts pocket all summer. It was, I don't know, it kind of made me happy. So and I think I mentioned this in my one of the few videos that I did from vacation, the new Elf SPF 25 lip gloss. Lip gloss. I think it's a lip gloss. It is fantastic. Those colors are great. Those were definitely in my rotation over the summer. I think I bought 4 of the colors, and I gave away 2 of them to my visiting friend that was visiting me. She needed a lip gloss, and I was like, well, let me hook you up. I have 2 new in the box. So if you haven't tried those yet, those are fantastic. All right, let's go. I think this Charlotte's sitting well. That was just a little bit of NARS Under Eye Brightener. I religiously, so I was using, when I went the full gamut of using toner and serum, which I did probably 2 or 3 times a week. A lot of times it was just the clean face, the Charlotte, and a sunscreen. But I did manage to get through some of this Tirtir, the milky toner, and the SOS serum. When I traveled, when I went on these little mini trips, I used a lot of deluxe samples that I had collected from like Glow Recipe, from Shiseido, from Clinique, just, you know, just because I didn't want to lose my full sizes. I was so concerned that I was gonna leave them in a hotel room. I was going in with some of my Huda Beauty. Again, this is just gonna be, I have a lot of stuff in front of me, but I really just need to bang this out and get going. I already have a pretty decent base, but there were a few days where I went to my L'Oreal Glotion, just like to sort of fill in here, like I guess, well, you know, just to like kind of amplify the coloring that was developing, you know, while I was hanging out outside. So I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be fun to show you, to use some Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. But right before I left for vacation, 2 days before I left, I did hit up my Kroger because I called them. I was like, hey, I heard MCO Beauty's in Kroger stores. Do you have any? And they're like, yes, we do. And it was all 50% off. So this is the knockoff of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I'm sure you've seen this in other people's videos, but it is remarkably the same. Like, look at the ridges. Look at like the titles on the top. Like, look at the red and the gold. I mean, when you compare it to like e.l.f., you know, e.l.f. is e.l.f. But honestly, there are a lot of brands that have some sort of, you really have to, the MCO Beauty one's a tiny bit taller. A lot, like Clinique has one of these products too, this like filter in it, and looks like that. Packaging too, this like, I don't know, what do you want to call this? Like cylinder-esque packaging. So let's just see, this is actually more than I planned on putting on, but let's see what happens. That's the MCO Beauty, and let's just get some of the Charlotte on the other side. I'm gonna do, after this, I'm gonna do a little creamy blush, creamy bronzer, powder blush, and I'm gonna set it all with my Guerlain Meteorites. These were also a go-to for the summer. Oftentimes after I, you know, did the clean face, did the Charlotte moisturizer, magic cream, and did the sunscreen, I would go in with my Meteorites and my Kabuki brush, and I would just, that was it. It gives such a nice like little finish. It's so subtle, but yet you don't look super shiny. I don't know how to explain it, that what these Meteorites do, but I feel like that, wow, that is like, look at that glow. This is the MCO Beauty side. I feel like these Meteorites really just give like a nice finish to the face. I'm not super big on setting powder. I usually use my Charlotte Tilbury just setting powder compact. I hit pan on my full size, and I think I have a backup full size somewhere. So over the summer I was just using my mini, but this mini will last you forever. You can get these at the checkout in Sephora, or better yet, order from her website, as I've said in the past, so you can develop loyalty points, which are fantastic. You can really cash those in for some good stuff. Wow, that is like a glow, right? I don't use my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter all the time, but I don't associate it with that instant sort of glassy glow that we just got from the MCO Beauty. I mean, listen, they're fine. They're all fine. The e.l.f., they all essentially do the same thing. And where's this MCO Beauty one? That's my Holly. This ended up being $11.49 because all of the MCO Beauty stuff was 50% off. Now, I don't know if that's a sign, since I've done my video yesterday and I mentioned my MCO Beauty haul. Jeanette on Discord said, Barb Nelson made a comment in the video. I was talking to Jeanette about P. Louise and Advent calendars, which I want to talk about Advent calendars soon. Let's just start thinking about it, where we're going to invest our money. I've already started to think about it a little bit. Anyway, Barb Nelson said that in her Kroger, the MCO's already gone. So maybe it was a fail. Maybe the reason all of mine was 50% off is because it didn't sell. I don't know. For those of you that don't know, MCO Beauty is a beauty brand out of Australia, and they are infamous for knocking off viral makeup products, all different kinds of brands, and they are not shy. As you saw, I mean, the packaging in the Charlotte and the MCO is just remarkably similar. There are a lot of videos out there. If you want to go check it out, go check it out and see more. Probably somebody else doing a video much better than I'm doing it, explaining the MCO Beauty phenomenon. But I had heard they were supposed to hit US stores. I thought they were supposed to come to Ulta. Apparently they're in Kroger's. All right, let's go in now. I'm gonna start doing my bronze because I really gotta get out of here. I wanted to get this Milani cream bronzer forever and just never hit, and maybe it is now. I haven't. I'm going to Shoppers this weekend because it is the summer beauty mingle, so all of the brands should be dropping off. Maybe some bundles, maybe some gifts with purchase. It's 20 times points. So I am going to be going to Shoppers, and maybe now the Shoppers in Canada have this Milani creamy blushes and bronzers. But when I left, they didn't. And I was seeing everybody else use them. I had massive FOMO. And when the first time I went to Walmart in the States, I went to Milani and I checked it out, and many of them were sold out. But I was able to get a creamy bronzer. I also wanted to get the coral, but I didn't end up picking up the coral in the creamy, like in this packaging style. I ended up getting like a corally blush stick from Milani because I thought, you know, diversify the collection. This is pretty cool. There it is. Over the summer, I traveled with my my iconic London little bite-size bronzer, creamy bronzer powder in the same compact, a little dual stacker. And I traveled with my NARS Laguna Light. I pretty much used the NARS Laguna Light all summer. It is really a holy grail for me. I love it. Just doing the side by side. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, and the NARS side. This is the Milani and the MCO Beauty side. Let me just take the bottom of my sponge here so as to not mix too much with that NARS. But I mean, this is just an example of, you know, use what you can afford. Use the brand that you're loyal to, because at the end of the day, they pretty much all come out with decent products, drugstore and higher end alike. You know, we've talked about this before. It really comes down to like brand preference. You know, I told you my grandmother used Pond's forever and Vaseline. Those were her brands for her skincare, foot care, hand care. She was pretty loyal to the brands. It just, yeah, I don't know. Whatever you're comfortable with, that's what you should go with. How am I doing? Am I highlighting the natural bit of, you know, sun kiss I got from the sun? I hope so. All right, let's do some creamy blush and powder it up, and I gotta get out of here. Look, this is the Believe Beauty. These are a few of the Believe Beauty products that I got from the Dollar General. It is a brand exclusive to the Dollar General. What side do we want to put it on? Let's put it on the MCO Beauty side. I really like this. Look at that, it just gives it a little bit of a pop of color, and I'm gonna go over that with my Guerlain Coral powder blush. I really think that this coral goes well over a bit of, you know, tone, of sun tone, shade. I mean, I'm a couple of shades darker than I normally am during the year. Let's do the other side with the Milani. Is anybody else using this Believe Beauty? I think, first of all, it's a fantastic name. There's the Milani. I gotta get it. I gotta get that monochromatic look going that I like. So I steal a little bit of product that I put on my cheeks, and I just try to tap it down my T-zone and over my lids because I don't want to do anything too extreme, although we are going to tap in there. I'm using, look at, see, that got a little bit extreme. Just a little bit will do you on so many of these different products that we use. That did get a little bit extreme, so now I have to balance the extremity on the other side, and I keep saying this, I really have to go. I'm gonna finish my brows and my mascara offline. Hey, check this out. This is that Pretty Smart brand here. This is supposed to be like a lip and cheek sort of stain. I wasn't a fan of it. I'm not going to put it on. We'll try it on another day. I just wanted to show it to you because I think I am going to be going in with a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. For those of you that are following my story and curious if I am still planning on going to beauty school, the answer is yes. Look at this. This is an Essence. Look at how dark this is. I did an Essence order from vacation too, just because I wanted to take advantage of getting it a little bit quicker at my vacation address than my address here in Canada. Loved everything I bought. Really am a fan of Essence. Anybody else buy any Essence this summer? They're dropping all kinds of cool new stuff. I thought that color was nice. It's a very darker color. I'm going to go over it with this Lancôme Lip Gloss. Just a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then we're done. I'm trying to get into my Guerlain. This was the purchase that I made just before I left. A little bit of a coral powder blush that my rep over there at Shoppers Mart convinced me would be beautiful over the summer if I got a little bit of sun. She's like, you won't regret this. And I haven't. I have been using it, and she was absolutely right. With a little bit of color, that coral just picks up so nice. All right, let's a tiny bit more bronzer. Why not? Let's just go. I didn't travel with this thing. This is huge. My Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I did not travel with it. I traveled with like a mini NARS. This is not an angled brush. This is totally the wrong brush, but I'm going in with it anyway. Yeah, I traveled with like a mini NARS bronzer. I didn't use a lot of powder bronzer, to tell you the truth, over Vacay. I did use that cream bronzer, like I said, but the powder bronzer, not so much, because I really relied on the Guerlain Meteorites to give me a powdered finish no matter what I put on. And I find that, you know, this is great with a kabuki brush. And like, you're probably like, I don't see any difference. I know it doesn't really pick up that fantastical on, you know, on my amateur filming area, but in person, the finish that these meteorite powder pearls give, I think it's just really nice. It's just a very soft finish to your look. And but a scent, right? I've talked about it before. They have a scent. The Guerlain stuff has a scent. So if you're looking into getting into Guerlain, you really need to get yourself to the store, wherever it is. Sephora carries some Guerlain, and just, you know, take a sniff. I got this palette right before I left to replace, it's a Too Faced palette, because this guy here was on last legs, right? So I thought the two were pretty close. They're both sort of in the nude family. So I actually saw this palette marked down at the Cosmetic Company, which is an makeup outlet store. I paid $25 for this on, I believe it was Shoppers or Etsy. And that was similar to the price that it was marked down in the Cosmetic Company. So I did not feel, I'm gonna drag that across. I didn't feel too bad about that. Not a bad deal. All right, there's a ton more stuff that, you know, that we need to talk about. Again, like, let's start thinking about advent calendars, because that's gonna be here before we know it. What are you gonna invest in? I'll talk more, because if I start talking about it, I'll go on, and I gotta go, and you gotta go too. So whatever you're doing, hey, quickly, During Amazon Prime Days, I picked up the Tirtir setting spray because it's getting like amazing reviews. I said in another video, people are saying it's a combination. I don't see my Until Dawn. That's another thing I gotta find. Where did I put that? My One Size Until Dawn setting spray, which is very highly rated out there. If you want your makeup not to move, that is definitely one of the setting sprays to check out. And of course, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless setting spray is also very popular out there. But people are saying that this one here, the Tirtir one, is like a hybrid of the two. Well, I don't know, but got it on Amazon Prime Day. All the Tirtir stuff is, I think, very, very affordable. So I'm gonna finish with that today. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that you are well. It has been awesome hanging out with you this morning, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.